What is schedulable Apex?
Schedulable Apex enables us to schedule the execution of Apex classes to run at specific times or intervals. It provides a way to automate routine tasks, such as data cleanup, report generation, or integration with external systems without manual intervention. Schedulable Apex offers flexibility in defining the schedule, allowing developers to specify the frequency like daily, weekly, monthly, or as per custom schedule like every few hours or every few minutes.
All right, moving on to the next question. How do you create schedulable Apex?
To create a schedulable Apex, we create an Apex class and implement the schedulable interface. Then we define the logic to be executed in the execute method. Once the class is defined, it can be scheduled using the Salesforce user interface or programmatically using the system.schedule method.
Okay, let us move on to the next question. What is queuable Apex?
Queuable Apex in Salesforce provides a way to execute long-running or resource-intensive processes asynchronously, separate from the main transaction. It allows developers to enqueue jobs for execution, which are then processed in the background by Salesforce's job queue.
All right, moving on to the next question. How to implement queuable Apex?
To implement queuable Apex, developers define a class that implements the queuable interface and contains the logic to be executed asynchronously. Once the class is defined, instances of it can be enqueued using the system.enqueueJob method.
Okay, let us move on to the next question. What is the difference between future method and queuable Apex?
Queuable Apex offers several advantages over other asynchronous execution methods, such as at future methods. It allows for chaining of job executions, enabling complex processes to be broken down into smaller, manageable chunks. Additionally, queuable Apex jobs have their own set of governor limits, allowing them to execute more efficiently and without impacting the governor limits of the parent transaction.
Okay, let us move on to the next question. What are governor limits?
Governor limits are runtime limits enforced by the Salesforce platform to ensure the efficient and fair use of shared resources among all users. These limits prevent individual users or processes from monopolizing system resources and help maintain the overall performance and stability of the platform. Governor limits help maintain the performance, scalability, and reliability of Salesforce applications by preventing individual users or processes from consuming excessive resources.
Okay, let us move on to the next question. What are the different types of governor limits enforced in Salesforce?
There can be quite a few different types of governor limits, such as per transaction limits, which apply to each transaction, such as CPU time, heap size, and number of DML statements, SOQL queries, and SOSL queries. Then we have per user limits, which are specific to each user session, such as concurrent asynchronous Apex method executions, email invocations, and callouts to external services. Another type of governor limit is per organization limits, which are enforced across the entire Salesforce organization and include limits such as the total number of records retrieved by SOQL queries, the maximum number of Apex classes, triggers, or workflow rules, and the maximum number of custom fields or objects. And then we also have platform-specific limits, which are specific to certain Salesforce features or additions and include limits such as the maximum number of custom tabs, custom objects, or custom fields in a Salesforce org.